Now to some breaking news. Hundreds of people are feared dead after a mudslide hit the outskirts of Sierra Leone's capital, Freetown. The Vice President warned many are still buried underneath the debris. Rescue workers are trying to reach those trapped. We are joined now by Ishmeal Alfred Charles, Program Manager at the Healey International Relief Foundation, and who I believe was just at the mudslide location. He's joining us from Freetown on the phone. Very good to have you with us on Al Jazeera. Can you tell us what's going on and what you saw?
What I saw is actually extremely very terrible and unimaginable, because too many people have lost their lives. This morning, my house is actually out of Freetown, and so driving to the office, I had to come through a huge traffic, and I was wondering what could have possibly been the reason for the traffic. And as I continued to drive forward, we saw that around the Regent community, there was a huge flooding. There was certain areas of the road, you cannot access the road at all, especially if you have a small car. Fortunately, I am driving my official vehicle, and so it was a bit high up, and so we could actually get through the water. And unfortunately, the more I get closer to the city center, the more I get to see more disasters. And at the back of Gomo Valley, the water company in Freetown, one of their dams at a place called Regent, and a small community called Motema, there was already a very huge landslide that actually covered lots of houses. We are not able to say exactly how many houses are being covered by the landslide, but unfortunately, many people have actually been discovered, and the search team is still searching. I left that community about 30 minutes ago, and at the mortuary, we just confirmed that 23 people have been brought there, and that's what they have just received. But there are speculations that it will be more than 100 people who have actually been trapped. And this is not only in that community. As I continue to drive down towards my office, which is very close to the National Stadium, I get to see more disastrous situations. We have a very popular drainage system in Freetown called Sambagota, which is in the central part of Freetown. And that drainage is actually overflowing into many people's houses. You will see women, men, and children continuously trying to clean the dirt, the garbages, because when the garbage is stuck in the drainage, they actually allows the water to get into their yards and their houses. So they are always cleaning the garbages while the rain was still falling.
So flow-on effects then from these mudslides, and it sounds like a number of areas have been affected. Who's involved in rescue operations? Who's helping those in need?
Well, the current situation is right now the Office of National Security, which happens to be they have a disaster management department, and also the Sierra Leone Red Cross, and of course my organization, Caritas Freetown, is also part of the process at different levels. At this time, it's very difficult to identify, and of course a lot of community people, young people who are very energetic, they are actually cleaning up the mud and trying to drag people off the garbage, because it's very unimaginable. It's a situation that you cannot be able to describe explicitly, because it's very, very sad seeing all those people being struck down, women and children, so many women and children especially, and also able-bodied young men, which actually shows how violent the water is. The speed the water comes with in a terrestrial form and a very high force shows exactly that it actually has wiped us out many houses. Besides the slide itself, the water power has also been able. It's a sort of earthquake that is happening, because so many houses have been wiped away. We will only be able to give comprehensive and concise numbers when things are more stabilized, and we are all the agencies working on the process, be able to put together their numbers.
Mr. Charles, we thank you very much for joining us and telling us about what you're seeing in Freetown. Ishmeal Alfred Charles joining us on the phone from there. Thank you for your time.